All right, I think after the last react to the Ironclad thing, I don't think you guys believe me that I don't want to buy it, but at the same time, I have finagled my brain to make me think that I probably should. I have melted a bunch of things, but from a content creator standpoint, I probably need one of the larger ships to show when it actually comes out. Do I think it's actually going to come out? I don't think it's going to come out in the next 3 or 4 years. The only saving grace is that most of the things we saw were Caterpillar components, but again, that was concept mesh, so they're probably just using placeholder Caterpillar components for now. There is a video. So let's, I guess, start out with the video. Never mind. I know what this is. This is getting to Drake DefenseCon. That's not actually a video. So let's go to the sale page then for the Ironclad and the Ironclad Assault. So that name that they gave it yesterday was not a fake made-up name. It was real. Where the Eagles Dare. Run the sky with Drake's juggernaut of free enterprise, the mighty Ironclad, an armored freighter that takes risks involved in deep space traversal and transport seriously. It stands as a beacon for intrepid independent pioneers across the galaxy. That's me. I'm an independent pioneer, right? That sounds like me. He's talking about me. Select one of the 2 decks. Interior, exterior. Turret. Tractor beams. Cargo ramp. Cargo access. Command module. Main thrusters. On the interior, you have the brig, the cargo deck, interior turret, control room, and cockpit. Okay. These are the paints. Factory standard. And the Dauntless. That's it. You have chrome or you have red and black. I'm going to go with red and black. But then you have the Assault, which is yellow. Much cooler. Why can't we have a yellow regular Ironclad? Fortified ramp. Guys, it's more fortified. The ramp is more fortified. These guys can't be fucking serious, can they? There's 34 jump seats in the front. Interior turret, control room, and cockpit. There is more information. So there's the Dauntless. Factory standards yellow. Oh, damn, I hope we have the option for yellow with the other ones. Here's the pricing. $400. $400 and $465. Wait, why is this one $465 and this one? What makes this more expensive? Is this the Assault? Oh, it is the Assault. Okay. Bro, the paint is $16. They're crazy. So it's $450 if you're going to use store credit. $525 Assault if you're going to use store credit. There is more information to be had. The big information is in the PDF, apparently. So here's where you get all the juicy info. You got armored cargo, 6 crew, lengths 120 meters. I don't know how that compares to other ships that we currently have in game. Like, what kind of hangar will it fit in? If it fits in a hangar, that would be cool. 1,536 SCU of cargo, has 1 size 3 quantum drive, 2 size 3 quantum fuel tanks, so probably very big, 4 size 3 shield generators, 4 size 3 shield generators. Similar to Carrack, so it can fit in a hangar. So if you guys use the C2, dealing with cargo is not fun at all. It has missiles, pilot controlled. It has 2 size 3 tractor beams, 1, 3, 5 turrets, and then thruster stuff. The the Assault has a size 5 turret, 2 size 3s, 2 remote size 3s, 1 size 3 manned, and 1 size 2 interior remote. Here's the big one. Here's how they're upselling the Assault. Component fabrication. Okay? But don't get lost. Now, this was told to me by my Twitch chat. We don't know. I still see the retractable roof on the Assault. My assumption is the retractable roof is still there unless it says it's not. Unless they come out and say there's no retractable roof, this thing is dead in the water. It is not marked as a feature, I think because they're trying to highlight the other features. Do not buy the Assault until they put out a Q&A and tell you yes or no, there will be a opening at the top. Because the entire reason why I was so excited for this ship is that they understood the assignment of what a cargo ship is in today's game. A cargo ship in today's game has tractor beams, has multiple ways to get in and out of the ship, large cargo bays, good interactable materials, and not a little fucking door that you put a 32 SU container in, right? Big doors that are easy to interact with and things like that. This vehicle, this thing, if this is just meant to move vehicles and all of the cargo has to go through the front door, I don't care how reinforced the front door is. I don't want to deal with that, right? If I'm pirating or if I'm dealing with cargo like we did today in our Orgop, I want to be able to move stuff from the top. Otherwise, I don't want to play with this thing. So what we have an idea of is that the Assault does not have that little interior safe containers area, and it does have component fabrication, rearm and refueling in the garage, that kind of thing. What we don't know is if these doors open up or not. Outside of that, everything else seems kind of normal. I don't want to assume that it's not happening, though. But if they keep the doors closed, I'm out. If there's no tractor beams on the Assault, you kind of have to assume that these doors don't open at the top. That would be horrible. Okay? That would be horrible. I think the Fortified Ramp references the remote turrets. Buy it. That's fine. But you need the top. You need the top to have the turrets, or this is an absolute no-buy if you're a cargo hauler. That's all I'm going to say. This understands the assignment of what a cargo hauling ship needs to be in Star Citizen. This one is pretending that it's something. I don't know. Ground vehicles, all this bullshit. They still have not sold me on ground vehicles. I don't care what they say. None of this stuff exists, and you're not going to sell me on component fabrication, because guess what? The moment component fabrication exists in the game, this is not the only thing that's going to be able to do it, right? And something's going to be able to do it better than this. If I'm not mistaken, the Carrack can do it, as well as something, maybe the Reclaimer as well. So I'm not freaking out about this one as much as I thought it was going to be my go-to, because I wanted more security, like turret coverage. I'm going Ironclad base, because I'm based. No, I'm not. But yeah, I think I've sold myself on the idea that I need to get this thing for the stream. And you can believe whatever you want in the comments. But I have convinced myself that I need to do it. Now, how I did go about doing it is, what this sale tells me is that none of the current ships that I have are relevant. So I have significantly more store credit and have triple that of store credit left to melt. War bonded. That's one thing. I have not spent a dime on this game outside of subbing since 2017. I might have bought like one paint. I will not spend any additional money on this. I have given them all I'm willing to give them. I am not giving them anything. Okay? I have melted some things, and I am going to replace those worthless things with something that might be worth it down the line. And guess what? Everything I melted is also in concept and never existed. So you're just filling up your buyback, and eventually you'll go with whatever you go with 1.0. Done. Right? I'll decide whatever ships I want to start with, and that's it. But most of the ships that I have, I'm not going to start the game with. That's basically where we're at right now. Caterpillar's dead. C2's dead. Why have them? You could buy them in game. I'll melt them and just have this thing, and then I could decide what I mean. If you guys don't know what I mean by melted, is you can actually return purchases, get store credit, and buy those things. That's one thing that I'm going to be honest. What other game does that? What other game allows you to buy a $450 spaceship that doesn't exist? Let's ignore that for the moment. And remember, what other game allows you to melt something like that, and they spend money making, and you give them no additional money in return for it, right? So it's kind of not that bad. Is the site down for me too? Probably. I don't need to buy it right now. Genshin Impact. That I do not want to be in the same conversation as Genshin Impact, but that tells you where we're at. That tells you right where we're at. If we're in the same conversation as Genshin Impact, that's where we're at. And you know what? It's where we belong. It's where we belong. So, I'll probably get the Ironclad, only store credit, promise. Yeah, I'll keep melting my main account, but that's the Ironclad. That's my dream ship. If you guys were watching what I was just doing on stream, this would have been perfect. But if I was going to make a cargo ship, this is what it would look like. This is how it would act. And this is how it would function. It would be exactly this. So, for me, they understood the assignment. I can melt all my other cargo ships and just roll with this. And that's it. Arastra was never my dream ship. Arastra, I think, was a giant misunderstanding of the assignment and actually a really shitty one. So, all right. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. But yeah, I convinced myself. So you're saying I should melt my C2 for this? Well, you do not get a C2 loaner, so if you still plan to use the C2 regularly, do not melt the C2 for it. Don't, because you don't get a C2 loaner. What I mean is, if you can afford to buy it in game, sure, but if you can't afford to buy it in game and they're getting really pricey in game, the C2 is kind of what allows you to buy it in game, right? So. I have an A2 anyway, so I guess it's no biggie. Oh, wow. Big money here. Big money. Big money. Well, small money is going to get it with some store credit. So I'll catch you guys later. That was cool. Ship's exciting. We'll have to see. Last thing before we go. Place your bets on when this thing actually releases. I go with minimum 3 years from now. Yeah, 2027. That's my year. I call 2027. It's going to take a year just to make it. Minimum. By 1.0? That's what I think. They'll probably try to get it in with 1.0. And I think 1.0 is about three-ish years. Next year. We're 6 months away from next year. This is so pathetic, but yeah, you're right. 3 years. Yeah, of course. All right. That was that.